we rarely think about it.
We do take electricity for granted.
It's always there at our fingertips.
When we turn the light switch on, the lights go on.
It's integral to almost everything we do every day.
We've just become accustomed to having power when we need it.
American Transmission Company helps deliver that power. ATC moves electricity from where it's generated to where it's needed. The utility owns more than 9,400 miles of transmission lines in Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, and Illinois. ATC studies show a need for a new connection in western Wisconsin. This line will stretch approximately 150 miles from north of La Crosse to northern Dane County. It's called the Badger Coulee Transmission Line Project, and it's a building block for Wisconsin's future.
We need to be thinking about what kind of a state we're going to have in 10, 20, 50 years. What kind of energy needs will we need in 10, 20, 50 years when it comes to electricity, and then plan for it. The Badger Coulee line is part of that answer.
The Badger Coulee project would provide multiple benefits. The line would bolster electric system reliability throughout western Wisconsin communities, the state, and the region. The Badger Coulee line is a 345 kilovolt line. This high voltage line will relieve pressure on the lower voltage lines that serve communities in the region.
If you don't have the large 345 kV line, that power still has to flow. What will happen is it's going to flow on the smaller systems, the smaller lines, and risk overloading them. It is a little bit older, aging infrastructure. It's also smaller, and so it's not capable of moving some of the large amounts of power when you look out into the future.
Our infrastructure is getting older, and that we need to adjust before we start having the problems. Be proactive.
The Badger Coulee line would also deliver economic benefits.
As with any market, if you can have a better delivery system, you have access to cheaper goods. And the way that translates for Badger Coulee is that it does give us access to cheaper sources of power at certain times of the day.
Those savings can be passed on to electrical consumers by reducing the cost to deliver energy. The Badger Coulee line would provide Wisconsin with greater access to renewable energy. This line would connect to high-quality wind power from the west.
We're connecting to renewable sources outside the state of Wisconsin because it's less expensive. You get much higher wind capacity factors outside of Wisconsin to the west in the Dakotas and Minnesota and Iowa than you do in Wisconsin, and that adds up to a significant savings.
American Transmission Company has a track record of engaging the public throughout the routing and siting process. Public outreach for the Badger Coulee project started in the fall of 2010. ATC hosted open houses in 8 communities throughout the project study area. More than 1,800 people attended the open houses. They had the opportunity to talk with ATC subject matter experts and to provide feedback on the project.
At the heart of ATC's philosophy really is a belief that our projects will be better if we take the time to involve the public and our stakeholders in planning our project and helping us really understand the unique geography or the values of the communities in which we're going to be working. Public input is really what's going to make for the best project in the end.
ATC has identified and continues to evaluate potential corridors for the Badger Coulee transmission line. Here's how the route selection process works. First, ATC must abide by Wisconsin's Act 89. It requires potential corridors for new transmission lines to be prioritized in this order: existing utility corridors, highway and railroad corridors, recreational trails, and new corridors. When siting a transmission line, ATC strives to balance community input, environmental impacts, constructability, land use, project costs, and electric system needs. In fall 2010, ATC identified a large study area for the project. We gathered feedback from the first round of open houses. We combined that with further analysis of the study area. We have now identified potential corridors, which are areas that may be suitable for a transmission line. We'll continue to study these options and collect public input. In 2012, we'll identify preliminary route options. They will be evaluated and presented to the public for feedback. In late 2012, we'll identify 2 or more proposed routes. They will be presented at a 4th round of open houses before we submit our application to the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin.
I do think that American Transmission Company has taken great care to minimize the impact on our citizens. Can it be eliminated? Oh, I don't think so. But can it be minimized? Well, I think ATC has an excellent track record of minimizing the impact on our citizens.
The preliminary and the proposed routes for the Badger Coulee line can be reviewed at ATC open houses in 2011 and 2012. Your feedback and input is invaluable. The Badger Coulee transmission line project is an important one. It's key to ensuring reliable, affordable electricity for Wisconsin.
If we care about the future of our state 10, 20, 50, 100 years from now, we better care about laying the groundwork now for future success. Playing catch-up is not an option. We need to work hard, we need to be visionary, and we need to do the things necessary today for a more successful tomorrow. Badger Coulee is one of the projects that will put us in a position for future success.
We want you to be part of the process. Visit badgercoulee.com to learn more about the project and to get involved. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.